Good morning. Thanks for joining me for our regular Facebook Live. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. And for today's card, we're doing something that's a little bit different to my usual. We're using some masking. Let me show you the card and then I'll show you the products that we're using. There we go. So that's the card. So slightly different to my usual style, but I was playing around with this and I really like that one. Sorry, I'm just getting my hair out of the way because otherwise it's going to get irritating me. Right, so what we're using today, we're using the Gorgeously Made stamp set. For the sentiment over here, I've used Crafting With You. We're going to need our second largest stylish circle die to cut out our circle, and I'm going to change the colors up a little bit as per usual. So for my circle I'm using a piece of the Masterfully Made DSP. So I've got some scraps of this lying around because I've been working on a class for that, so stick around because by Tuesday we will have everything done and ready, and I can tell you what the class is all about and show you the projects that we're going to be making. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to just put that down. Now what we need is a piece of masking paper. You can use a post-it note. I prefer using the masking paper because it's got the sticky all the way around. I find with the post-it note, because it's only got it on a little strip, sometimes it makes it difficult with your stamping, and it lifts and it does all strange things. So this is great because it holds in place. The only problem that I have with it is that I find that initially it is very sticky, so you can just stick it on your hand a few times or on your pants. I wouldn't stick it on my top because it's wool, and I think that that might just make it a little bit too hairy on the back. But okay, just a couple of times. It just makes it easier to lift when you're taking it off. Alright, so just position your masking paper wherever you want it, but we want it that it's slightly off the edge. I want it that it's gonna give us that. We're gonna cut that off, and I'm going to use Lost Lagoon and Sweet Sorbet. So we're being very big and brave today by changing up the colors, and I don't know how it's going to look, but hopefully it's going to look good. So I'm starting out with that more leafy stamp, I guess, from the Gorgeously Made, and all that I'm going to do is, we just want to be careful that I don't go, I'm going to just shift this down a little bit because I think that I'm just going a little bit too far. I don't, when I stamp it, I just want to be careful that my stem isn't going over the edge there. So, okay, that'll work fine. And we're just stamping our leaves, going all the way around the circle. This is extremely easy, but I like the look of it. I think that it's coming up very effectively, and we'll just see how it's going to look when we go two-tone here. Oops, before I put that away, I just want to stamp one for the insert as well. So let's, while we're with this color, let's just go with it. There we go. Now I can put that away. I only had one block today, so we just need to keep swapping. Sweet Sorbet. This is the second stamp in that set. So you've got the one that's a bit more leafy. This one's, I don't know whether it's got little floweries or whatever, and then you've got that background set is really nice with the writing, and that sort of looks like wood bark. So a really nice set there. And I'm going to just stamp that over there, right? And then keep on going around our circle, and we're going to stamp some of this. Now I'm trying to get it in between where I stamped the leafy bits, but it doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong. It's just as you like, you can stamp. And I'll stamp my sentiment. I love the Sending You a Handmade Hug from that Crafting With You stamp set. I think that that's just such a nice sentiment. It goes perfectly with your handmade card, and particularly appreciated if you've got somebody who's also a crafter that you're sending a card to. Don't you find that it's always the people that could do it themselves who appreciate the work that goes into something? People who don't do it don't really appreciate it. Now for me, this is always the most fun part, when you lift up that masked image and you see the ta-da around it. Okay, now we're going to take our DSP circle, and I don't think it particularly matters if there's an up or a down. Okay, we'll put it that way. So just, I don't want to put glue all the way to that edge just because it's going to make it sticky, but I need to cut it. Alright, so we're matching that up around our masked area, and it should fit exactly because those circles were the same size. And then I'm just going to cut this off. Of course you can use a scissors to cut this, but we all know by now that I don't do so good with cutting straight, so I'm just going to use my trimmer. And I didn't do so good with cutting that straight either. Looks like it's got a tiny little edge there. There we go. That's the good thing about the trimmer. I can actually get things straight. Now we're going to take a piece of Sweet Sorbet for the card base. Okay. And pop that down. So this is going to be another nice way to use up your scraps of designer series paper. Of course this needs a slightly bigger scrap so that you can get your circle out of it, but match up your colors with whatever's in the designer series paper. And if you need more designer series paper, just remember June is the month for that, when we've got that paper at a 15% discount. Insert. And every card needs some bling. Oops, I just dropped my glue on the floor, and I know that Nancy's going to agree with me on that one because Nancy's also a bling lady. So I love these flat adhesive backed pearls. They've got that lovely shimmer to them, and they pick up whatever color you're putting them on. I know that roses don't normally have anything in the center, but that's okay. I always say it's creative. We can do whatever we like and whatever makes us happy. And bling always makes me happy. Right, so as easy as that, we've got our card done. So which do you prefer? The one that's sort of two tones of the same color? I know that they're not really the same color, but for me, Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon always work really well together. And it looks like the Lost Lagoon is a lighter shade of the Pretty Peacock, even though it isn't. That's just the way my eyes see them. Or do we like it with multiple colors? So let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this card. Like I said to you, it's really easy, and you can see how quick it was, but I like it. I think it's really effective. So have a good week, and I'm not going to be here next week because I'm away. I'm away at a craft retreat next week, which is going to be so exciting. So I'll come back with lots of fun ideas and inspiration from that. I'll see whether I can get something done for you for next week that I can just upload a video. I'll give that one a try. Otherwise, if I'm not here next week, I will see you in 2 weeks' time. And like I said earlier, just I don't know what time I'll be on, but just keep an eye out on Tuesday and I'll show you the new class that I'm busy working on. Until then, enjoy the rest of the weekend and have a good 2 weeks. See you next time. Bye.